now we're in business. Okay, so I was just about to thank, perhaps I was premature in congratulating the organisation, but no, not at all. So listen, well done to Mark, to Etna, and to all the hard-working staff at the County Centre here over the last 3 days. It's been a long 3 days, but great to be this side of it. Most importantly of all, I want to thank the people of North Kildare who have now returned me as their TD for the third general election in a row. I'm really humbled and gratified by that support, and it's my first time to top the poll here in a general election, and I'm even more humbled and honoured to have achieved that. And it is the first time since 2007 that a Fianna Fáil candidate topped the poll here in North Kildare, and indeed secured 2 TDs. So that's a very significant, momentous achievement, I think, on behalf of not just me, but on behalf of the teams, the party. And again, I just want to thank the people of North Kildare for their faith in me, and I will repay that with my work and efforts every day over the next term. And of course, we will always try to do better, and we always will try to improve and work harder and address the many real and legitimate issues that were raised in the course of the election campaign and before. And there's very much work to be done, and the work must go on, and the work must increase. But I do think it's fair to read the result as something of a validation, at least, of the government strategy. We'll have 3 government TDs returned here in North Kildare, 3 out of 5, and as to secure 2 for my own party. So whilst I've been first to always say we must improve and we must do better, we must strive to help people's lives, I also want to acknowledge that and set that out. I want to congratulate my running mate, Councillor Nisha O'Carroll, for his splendid victory. Really delighted to have him on the team, going back to Dáil Éireann for our first sitting on the 18th of December. I think we have been strong in Kildare for a long time, in Kildare North. Anisha has been a vibrant, young, energetic campaigner on many fronts. I remember myself and Steph were campaigning for Thomas Byrne in a by-election in around 2012, going back a little while ago now. Both of us were a little bit younger and fresher perhaps, but and we were discussing our ambitions, and it's wonderful to see actually that we've come full distance, that we're now both entering the Dáil together and looking into the future with great hope. It was a great election for Fianna Fáil by and large. In this constituency we had a strategy, we had a divide, and that worked out, and that strategy worked out really well, as we've seen with the result. I want to acknowledge that it was bittersweet also with our esteemed friend and colleague Fiona Loughlin. Unfortunately, on this occasion, not making the cut, and I think that's a real travesty when we consider her record, her work on the ground, her commitment to the people of Kildare South. I'm sure beg law a compare for Fiona. There will be another day, Fiona, I'm sure, for you. I also want to note, as a Fianna Fáil TD, and indeed a Fianna Fáil Minister, and indeed Honorary Secretary of the party, that this is the 4th election in a row at national level that we have achieved the most seats. 2019 local elections, 2020 general election, 2024 local elections, and 2024 general election. And you wouldn't always think that listening to the media and listening to the polls, even the exit poll on Friday night. But actually the exit poll turned out to be the inverse of what happened. And again, I'm gratified to see that, but it reinforces what those of us who are at the coalface of campaigns know already. We can tell when things are going well, we can tell when things are not going so well. I think there's a message there for pollsters and pundits that perhaps those of us on the ground have a better read perhaps sometimes than the pollsters might suggest. And I think again it's a vindication. And some of the surveys and poll analysis have shown that it's Fianna Fáil that bring the message to the door, by and large. We are out there, and again the team that are here today and the team that are here for the last few days are testament to that, and that's what delivers results ultimately. I was honoured to have the opportunity to serve as part of the government in recent months. I got 5 months, I'd like to get 5 years. There's so much more we have to do, want to do. And transport was the brief that I was honoured to serve in, and I want to build that Dart Plus to Kilcock and to Sals. I want to bring the metro to the airport, I want to bring bus connects and improve our local link services and improve our reliability and frequency of the bus network in Kildare but around the country. It's a huge issue, as all the candidates and elected members will know, across the board in housing and healthcare and provisional services. We're a growing constituency, we've grown communities, and like every growing community we have growing pains, whether it's school places, GP places, special needs allocations. These are all the real live issues that were raised with me and with all of us in the election campaign, and we must collectively strive to work towards those as we go back. And I've spoken about my party, but I'm also going to speak about the collegiality. I want to thank Creative. We've worked well together for the last term. And I want to acknowledge those that it appears will not be returning. Bernard Durkin, who we worked well together for a number of years also, and looks like today will be his one son. And indeed to Catherine Murphy, who has stepped back from the fray ahead of this election. And I want to thank Catherine and acknowledge her work. And while we were of opposite parties and perhaps different political persuasions, we actually did a lot more work together, perhaps behind the scenes, than people may have realised. But that's what you do when you're on part of a team. And I think the Kildare North team, and I want to welcome Aidan Farrelly, Joe Neville, as well as Nisha Perul to that team. And I think collectively we will do what we've always done. We will have our differences, we'll have our grievances, we'll have our debates, but when it comes to a local issue, be it a school building project, be it a particular issue on the ground, we will tackle it together. And I'm looking forward. I think we've got a really strong, credible calibre team going back up to the Dáil of North Kildare, and I want to acknowledge that. Finally, I just want to thank my family and my supporters and my team. They're mostly not here today because they were here for 2 days on the trot, up until late last night. So I gave them today. They said, listen, you can get back to all the other parts of your busy lives. But my wife, Ailish, first and foremost, my daughters, Cueva and Neve, and in particular to Cueva, who practically ran my campaign on this occasion. Everything from studying the map with me when we returned from canvassing, to plotting the returns, to putting together digital content, social media videos. And I'm very certain that I'm not the only politician in the family at this stage. There's others with strong interest and potential being shown, so I just wanted to acknowledge that publicly. And of course to my team, and the canvassers, the leaflet droppers, the poster men and women, and all the people that make up a team, and all of candidates here today will have their own teams, but I want to thank my team for keeping me going